The scent of fresh coffee mingled with the buzz of anticipation as Eliza Mercer stepped into the bustling Solace International Airport. Morning light filtered through the massive windows, painting the floor with streaks of gold. Eliza's sharp navy blazer and crisp white shirt gave her an air of quiet authority, her polished leather shoes clicking softly against the tiles as she pulled her compact carry-on. Her phone vibrated. She glanced at it. A quick confirmation. Flight 912. First class. Departure in 2 hours. A small smile tugged at her lips. This was no ordinary trip. It marked the celebration of a major milestone for her boutique consulting firm. The first-class ticket was a rare indulgence, a reward for relentless hard work. The check-in line was mercifully short, and the man behind the counter, Greg, by his name badge, seemed efficient at first glance. But as Eliza approached, Greg's eyes narrowed slightly, his gaze lingering a moment too long on her face before flicking to her ticket. "First class?" he repeated, a sharp edge in his voice as if questioning her presence in the line. "That's correct," Eliza replied evenly, her calm tone concealing her rising irritation. Greg's smirk was subtle but unmistakable. He typed on his keyboard with exaggerated slowness, then frowned. "There's an issue with your ticket. It's not showing as first class." Eliza arched an eyebrow. "That's impossible. I booked it directly with the airline weeks ago. Maybe you got it through one of those discount sites?" His voice dripped with condescension, loud enough for nearby passengers to hear. Before Eliza could respond, he waved toward a nearby security guard. "We've got a situation here," Greg said smugly. The guard approached, his presence commanding the attention of the growing crowd. "What's going on?" "She's insisting on first-class boarding with an invalid ticket," Greg explained, his tone feigning authority. Eliza's heart pounded, but her expression remained calm. "My ticket is legitimate," she said firmly, pulling out her phone. "I can show you my confirmation." Greg waved dismissively. "Customer service is down the hall if you want to argue." The murmurs of judgment from the crowd stung, but Eliza refused to back down. She stepped away, her fingers flying across her phone's screen. Seconds later, she made a call. "Ready the jet," she said, her voice low but resolute. 15 minutes later, the quiet hum of a luxury sedan cut through the tension as it pulled up to the private gate. The driver stepped out and made his way to Eliza, who stood composed despite the eyes now glued to her. "Miss Mercer," the chauffeur said, his tone respectful, "your jet is ready." Greg's face turned ashen as Eliza strode past him toward the sleek silver aircraft waiting on the tarmac. Her every step was deliberate, her head held high. At the jet's staircase, she paused and glanced back. Greg stood frozen, his arrogance replaced with stunned disbelief. Without a word, Eliza ascended into the cabin. Settling into a plush leather seat, she drafted a detailed email recounting every second of the humiliating encounter. She hit send with the precision of someone who knew exactly what needed to happen next. As the jet soared above the clouds, Eliza leaned back, her resolve crystal clear. This wasn't just about defending her dignity. It was about dismantling the arrogance and biases that allowed people like Greg to wield power unchecked. Above the world, Eliza wasn't just flying toward her destination. She was charting a new course, one where respect wasn't optional but mandatory.